In this video, we are going to look at AWS Lambda. Log on to your Amazon Management Console. In the services, you can search, or in my case, it's in my recently visited. So I'll go to Lambda. Okay, so if you are asked to demonstrate PaaS, platform as a service, you'll show this. Or there can be a little more complex assignments like, add 10 numbers using Lambda. Okay, so we'll do all of that here, right? So it's a little bit of Lambda, a little bit of Python, right? A little bit of how Lambda does event handling. Okay, so we'll see all of that in this particular video. Okay, so you do a create function, right? The important thing is you have to give it a name. So I'm giving my name, right? I'll keep rest of the thing default. Okay, one thing I'll change, since a lot of you are familiar with Python more than Node.js, we'll be doing Python. Okay, you can use an Intel or a AMD, right? I'll keep default Intel, right? Then I'll create a function. Okay, so this takes a while because it kind of goes through the internet, right? Does something on the Amazon public cloud, right? And you get all this layout. Okay, so this will show the code, right? So this is default like a hello world program in Lambda, hello from Lambda. Okay, since kind of it's already sort of default one, it's already deployed, so all you do is you do a test, right? So here it basically you have to create a new event, right? Or edit saved event. So since we haven't created any event, right, I'll again maybe name my event as Samir, right? So it's a template it's using. We'll come back to this in a bit, right? But then you say save, right? Now I have saved it. So basically it's going to use this saved event Samir by default, right? So when I click on this test, it's basically going to run that event, right? So boom, hello from Lambda. Okay, that's what we'll see. Now we'll do a little bit of code change, right? So I'll go to my Lambda function, and instead of hello from standard from Lambda, I'll say from Lambda by Samir, right? So now since we changed the code, right, it's saying changes not deployed, so you have to deploy them first, right? The changes are saved but they are not deployed, right? So I did this. Now if I test, I should see this, right? So okay, so I think it kind of saved before my name got added, right? So it said by. Okay, so let's go to this Lambda function, right? By Samir, right? So oh, interesting. So it probably didn't save that. Interesting. So it basically auto saved before Samir. So okay, let's try this, right? So okay, so now hopefully this should get saved. That was interesting, but anyway, let's see. So I'll say deploy, right? So it's updated, right? Successfully updated. Now I do a test, right? Boom. So it said by Samir. Okay. Now we'll do kind of little bit of add 10 number kind of thing here quickly, right? So for that you go to the test, okay, and you basically see your event, right? So my event was Samir, right? And I had used this sort of template, right? Hello world, hello, this is a hello world template. Okay, so this is basically what is passed to the event structure in the Lambda handler. Okay, so if you go to the code, you'll see it, right? It's an event. So basically it's a dictionary. Okay, and it's a key value dictionary that you see here, right? So what I'll do is first I'll just demonstrate that, right? So since it's a dictionary, you can get its value by dereferencing the key, right? So let's first do that, right? So let me come back here. So I'll say by Samir, right? And since this is a string, I can just append, right? And I'll append event and the key one, right? So now we basically should see the value one here, right? So and I'll give it a space in between so that it's not confused, right? So event key 1, right? So we expect a value 1 here. So let's deploy this, right? So give it a time to save, right? I'll deploy, right? Now if I test, I should see hello from Lambda by Samir, value 1, right? So it basically got that value. Okay. So now what we'll do is we'll say that, okay, I want to add 3 numbers. Okay. So first of all, I'll say edit saved event. So now this is my event, right? Now this value type is a string. Okay. Now I want to make it a number. So I'll say number 10, right? Then I'll say for value 2, I'll say number 20. Okay. And for value 3, I will say number 30. Okay. So now if you add it up, we should get what, 60, right? But before that, you have to first save it, right? And we'll have to also change our code, right? So now basically in our Lambda, we were just looking at event key 1, right? So instead, what I'll do is, now these, remember, are numbers, right? So before I append to a string, I'll have to convert to a string, right? And we want to add these 3 numbers. So I'll say event key 1 is there already, plus event key 2, right? And plus event key 3. Okay. So we added these numbers, right? Now it's a string, right? So we completed that bracket and we completed the outer bracket. Okay. So again, give it a time to save, right? Then deploy, right? Now if we test, we should see like a 60 here. Okay. Boom, right? Hello from Lambda by Samir, 60. Okay. So we basically saw the Lambda, right? We saw the how you create the function, right? We saw how to execute, right? How to create a test event, right? How to modify that function, right? In the test, we saw templates, right? We just use the default template, right? Which had it's a dictionary key value pair, right? We could change the type of that as per our requirement, right? And it's passed to this Lambda handler as an event, right? Which is a dictionary, and we access the dictionary using the key value pair. Okay, so this is our Lambda lab. As I said, like it could give some explicit questions like this, like using Lambda add 10 numbers, or it could say that demonstrate PaaS, platform as a service. Then you could show this. Okay, so multiple ways of asking this, which will have the same answer. Good luck. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and good luck exploring AWS.